Engineer Dr. Lee Biwa.
Question 9, please.
Sorry, this is my last question on PMD.
Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, we will continue to study other countries' and cities' e-scooters regulations. There is a wide range of practices across jurisdictions. For example, Paris will ban the use of e-scooters on footpaths, while Berlin will allow them, but with a device speed limit of 12 kilometers per hour. Queensland in Australia allows e-scooters on footpaths, but sets a higher device speed limit of 25 kilometers per hour. We have to tailor our approach to our local context and the needs of Singaporeans. In Singapore, such active mobility devices are useful for short journeys within towns and as first and last mile options. In 2015, after an extensive public consultation, the Active Mobility Advisory Panel recommended that e-scooters be allowed on footpaths, but with a clear set of rules and code of conduct to ensure their safe use. We are mindful of the safety concerns expressed by members as well as the general public. However, like I've mentioned before, the solution is not to ban them, but to cultivate the right culture where users ride safely and responsibly and only at the allowed places. We will continue our public education efforts. We have also put in place a comprehensive set of regulations with regular enforcement by LTA enforcement officers at hotspots. To date, more than 1,630 individuals have been caught for e-scooter-related offences. We have also introduced a mandatory e-scooter registration regime to facilitate identification of errant riders. We encourage members of public, as well as the vast majority of responsible PMD users, to help spot and report errant riders to LTA. Collectively, we can encourage safe riding and considerate behaviour on our shared paths.
Engineer Dr. Lee Biwa.
Thank you, sir. Looks like LTA or MOT is very fixated on the thinking. I think allowing PMD e-scooter on the footpath, you are shifting more risk to the pedestrians. Yes, you can report, you can take enforcement action, but how many officers that you have to take enforcement action? And my question is, what is LTA's advice to all pedestrians, especially the elderly, the pregnant, the children, for sharing footpath with the e-scooters? What advice that you can give them? And already we have one case of man who suffered brain injury after being hit at Marina Bay. And yesterday I just received an email from my resident after being hit by e-scooter on the footpath a year ago. Until now, police is still investigation. I have another resident being molested along the footpath by e-scooters, and the police can't do anything because it's at night. So I would like to ask, what advice that you give to the pedestrians in order for them to be safe? Thank you.
I'd like to thank Dr. Lee Biwa for those comments, and I also understand, where she's coming from. So on the part of LTA, in order for us to make the footpaths safer for both pedestrian as well as the PMD users, she may be aware that we have already reduced the speed limit of the PMD device on footpaths from 15 kilometers to 10 kilometers per hour. And the reason why we are reducing this the speed limit is so that we can enhance the safety by increasing the amount of time that AMD device users as well as the pedestrians to react to unforeseen circumstances. And with this lowered speed limit, we also hope that the severity of injuries, should it occur, will be much less. Well, of course, we do not hope that accidents will occur, but we hope that with the lower speed limit, we have enough reaction time to react to any unforeseen circumstances. As to the kind of advice that we give to pedestrians, whether it's elderly or the young, as well as to PMD users, I think we just have to exercise graciousness, caution, as well as to act responsibly when we share the use of common spaces, such as footpaths and even in shared paths. And we always have to exercise alertness, whenever there's any PMD users approaching us, And for PMD users, they are advised to ride carefully within the speed limit allowed, as well as to slow down, when facing, with a crowd in front of you. I think these are some common sense practices that PMD users should exercise.